and welcome to Jason Mapping, and today we are going to be seeing what if civilization started over. And so it's just a blank world map. I don't have any counties or nothing. It's just circles so that I can just do whatever I want. And so the first thing we have to find out is, where do we start? Do we start in the New World or the Old World? Do we start in like Mesopotamia? Do we start in Africa? Do we start in Europe? I think we start it right here in Turkey. And so this red civilization just lands in here somehow, and they start making gains until they find Istanbul is, this gap which connects the Mediterranean to the Black Sea. I don't know what it's called. I should know. I don't know what half of the stuff is called. Gibraltar Gap or something? I have no idea what anything is called. And so they find it and they take it over. And so then they just keep on extending. They go into the Greece Peninsula, and they start going north around the Black Sea. But that's when the first bad thing happens for this tribe. The people that they just explored to decided to make their own civilization on the Greece Peninsula. And the red team, thinking of finding this out, starts to declare war on the blue team. And so what the blue team do, knowing that they're not going to win, they run up north and they land about right there. So let me undo that. They land in Slovenia, well, present-day Slovenia, as all of their land gets taken over by the red team. And the red team thinks, oh, they're gone, while they are still technically in where Slovenia is. And so they just go around here knowing that they are south of them. They just find the Italian peninsula, go down it. And that's when a new team comes, and that is the green team. As the Black Sea people want to leave, and they just keep on going around the Black Sea, the red team thinking these are just explorers. They just let him thinking these are explorers and they're still part of their territory. They don't attack until they find out that they were going against them, and they start attacking. But the blue team gets the news somehow about this, and they immediately go down south and start getting back the Greece Peninsula, which means the red team is facing a two-front war. And so the red team says, when did the blue team get here? I thought we killed y'all. So the red team surrendered, the blue team gets the Greek Peninsula back, and the green team gets its freedom. But there was one rule, is that the green team gets this Istanbul territory. And so now the green team and the blue team are very friendly, and the red team is kind of on their own. So red team, we're by ourselves, let's just expand. So they expand, they find the green team, and they just continue expanding until they find the Mesopotamia area. And then let's go back to the blue team. They find this island in Malta. And then they go up and they find the Appalachian Mountains. Well, they probably already knew about them, saying that they have that territory. So they just go around the Mesopotamian Sea, around Spain, until they make to the Gibraltar Gap. I think that's what it's called. And when they get here, bad news for them. They kind of got broken away. And so they went all the way up. And I'll just put on the Italy border. And so now this is their own team. And they just start expanding, realizing that there is a land beneath them, because this is actually pretty close. And they think, is this just another island? Because, they're from this team. They've seen these islands. So they go on some boating experience. They find this island, and they also, of course, land on Africa as they're still going through. And that's when they find out that this is not just an island. It's massive. And so the blue team finds out about this and boats and tries to boat over there. They find those 2 islands. And they boat into Africa. Now the green team's like, what? Y'all found a new continent? And so they try to get to that continent because they don't know exactly where it is. They just know it's over near the purple team. And so they start They start expanding this way, thinking that there would be an opening when the entire Mediterranean Sea is basically taken over. And that's when the yellow team comes. The yellow team breaks away from the purple team and is the first only African nation. And so they start expanding. They realize that this is the Sahara underneath them, so they don't extend any farther north, and so they just go around the coast. The blue team, knowing that there's a massive desert, only go on the coast, while they still have a pretty good majority of the answer. And so they just go through, and the red team, of course, knows about this, and so they send some people to go down south. They find Cyprus, and then they land in Egypt near the Nile, like the start of the Nile. And they find this massive river. I don't know exactly where it is, so I'm just going to make a line. And they go all the way down it. I believe it stops in, like, Ethiopia or something. I'll say that's the Nile. So they go all the way through it, and they realize... And then they start exploring this coast a little bit more and find their own territory. And they're like, great, this is where it connects. So they make a massive hill, and they cut it into, like, they made a man-made river to connect it. It's not like real life or anything. So they make a river to connect it to this sea that they found. And that's after, what color do I use? I'll use brown. This river country breaks up. That's way too close to the red team. That's yellow. You know what? I'll just use gray. And so they break away. They are able to keep the river claim, so they do get that river, but like that man-made river. But they do get all of the Nile, and the red team, knowing that the green team and the blue team will probably team back up against them, they don't do anything about it. And there you go. The entire Mediterranean has been taken over. And so the green team, knowing that they are just the Black Sea Empire, try to look for a new sea that maybe they could put new settlers on. They find the Ukrainian lands. They keep on going until they find the Caspian Sea and the mountains. Just say they took the mountains. And so they found the Caspian Sea. They start circling it and realize this is about the same size as the Black Sea. So they circle it all the way around before the people there decide that they do not want to be part of this green team civilization. And so they break away. That's way too close to green now that I'm realizing. Give it a purple. Yeah, that's good. And so they break away. But they don't take the entire river, as they just extend down south and extend here, and they realize it's terrible over there. So they just continue going south around these mountains. I don't know why they would go for a mountain range. Until they find a gulf. Okay. I couldn't remember the name. They go around it because they find the very hot desert. Until they find this, like, it, like, splits off. And they're like, is this, like, a mash? Is this a sea? And they send boats, and the boats never come back. But they did get a note from the boats. Don't ask me how. And that said, this is not just a sea. This is an ocean. I bet they didn't know what an ocean meant, but I mean, they probably would have asked the question over here, but yeah, we move on. And so, but the people never came back, because what they actually found was the tip of India. So they landed in the tip of India, and like, where are we? Where are we? They find Sri Lanka too. They look for civilization, and they don't see any. And they're like, how far away are we? And I mean, they're not too far, but you know, they don't know. For all they know, they could be across the world. They could be on Australia for all they know. And so they just keep on extending, going through there. As the final thing we're gonna do is a break off of the purple team over here. This weird purple team. There is a different purple team over there, but this purple team, the entire part of this Gulf gets taken over by this nation, this like beige nation, and so they lose access to it and they don't fight back. And so that's all we're gonna do. This is the map right now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.